Hello, this is Chris, and I am back once again with some brand new reaction videos, and we are now deep into San Diego Comic-Con trailers. This is going to be the first of 4 reaction videos I'm going to do for all the San Diego Comic-Con trailers, and we're beginning with Fantastic Beasts 2 Trailer 2, or Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, I believe it's called. This is obviously the second installment in the Fantastic Beasts franchise, which is going to comprise of 5 films. And it's all orchestrated by J.K. Rowling. I think she's writing the script for them all, and she's clearly got an end goal in mind of where she wants this story to go. Usually I talk a little bit about these things, but I've already talked about the first trailer that came out for this thing, so I'm going to keep it very brief. I absolutely love the Harry Potter franchise. I own all 8 movies. They're always films I go back to every now and then. They're just really good films. However, Fantastic Beasts, I actually didn't care for all that much. The first Fantastic Beasts movie came out, and I don't know if it was a case of that the characters just didn't gel with me, or the story just seemed very boring. I honestly, it's a very forgettable experience, that first movie, to me. I will of course watch it again before going to see this one, but from my memory right now, I remembered loving all of like the magical creatures and everything like that. I love the character of Jacob, and I believe he's coming back for the second movie as well. He seemed like the most human character. He was the character that the audience connected with all the way throughout the movie. But it just seemed very devoid of humour. It seemed very bleak and dark and depressing, and it didn't feel like it had much joy in there. It felt like a clash of 2 movies, if you will. It felt like on the one hand we're going to have this small contained movie of Eddie Redmayne and his magical creatures, and then there's also all this political intrigue, which I guess is like all the extended Harry Potter lore with Grindelwald and Dumbledore, etc. And this is what this movie is going to all be about. This is going to show us a young Dumbledore played by Jude Law going up against Grindelwald played by Johnny Depp. And actually Johnny Depp's character is the character I'm most looking forward to in this movie. Like, his look of the character is very kooky, but I'm looking forward to actually seeing a performance from his character and how he's going to play it. Whether this series needs to be 5 movies, though, that's another matter, and I guess we'll see from this trailer. So all of you have probably disliked now and already leaving your hate comments because I didn't like the first one, but you know, I've got to be honest in these reaction videos. But this is a 3.5-minute trailer, so I'm hoping this shows a lot more. This of course comes out later this year. I think it comes out around November time, so it's going to occupy practically the entire month of November, and I'm sure it'll make a lot of money. But with all that being said, we're going to watch the trailer together now. I'm going to talk more about it afterwards. I will say as well, very, very quickly before I begin, that I'm not versed in Harry Potter lore and everything, so there might be a few nuggets of information and a few little Easter eggs here and there which do translate directly to the books and the source material. I've read the books, however, I'm not like a scholar in Harry Potter lore, so I'm just going to put that out there in case I do miss something from this trailer. So with all that being said, I'm going to click play now.
I'm scared, Professor Dumbledore.
Everyone is scared of something.
Ridiculous!
Newt, you're up next.
Ah.
That's an unusual one. What Mr. Scamander fears above everything else is...
Having to work in an office, sir.
Go ahead, Newt.
I feel you're on that one, mate.
Ridiculous!
Oh, that's new. The logo Wizarding World.
Magic blooms only in rare souls.
That's Johnny Depp, isn't it?
Still, we must skulk in shadows.
I didn't know if he'd play it with like a European accent, because I think Grindelwald is European in the books. I might be wrong there.
But the old ways serve us no longer.
He looks like Johnny Depp's love child with Jack Frost from Santa Claus 3.
Grindelwald had a vision
That he would rise to dominance over the wizarding world.
So you're asking me to help?
They look like
hunt him
Pokemon.
down?
Like,
I can't move against Grindelwald. It has to be you. In your shoes, I'd probably refuse to. It's late. Good evening, Newt.
Jude Law looks like he's fresh out of Sherlock Holmes.
You underestimate your talents, Mr. Scamander.
Their arrogance is the key to our victory.
Muggles are not lesser. Not disposable.
You're too good, Newt. You never met a monster you couldn't love.
Traitors!
Well, this definitely looks a whole lot better than the first movie.
Mr. Scamander, do you think Dumbledore will mourn for you?
Are you a ghost?
No, I'm alive. But I'm an alchemist and therefore immortal.
Oh,
Nicola Flamel.
Jacob Kowalski.
Oh!
Oh, you don't look a day over 375.
We say Nicola Fleming, did he say? I thought it was Nicholas Flamel. Might be the same character, I might be wrong there. Someone will have to, you know, correct me in the comment section. Yeah, definitely looks a lot better than the first movie. It feels clunky. I don't know if this was the original plan. I have to guess it would be, because J.K. Rowling, I think, specifically said from the offset of this thing that it was going to be 5 movies and ultimately knew where the story wanted to go. It feels like, to me, they pitched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them as that, like, fun little standalone thing. It's kind of like the Hobbit trilogy, where, you know, the Hobbit is a very, very small, self-contained, childlike story full of whimsy and adventure and everything like that. And then, obviously, as the Hobbit trilogy became 3 movies, they wanted to put more of the lore in there and wanted to kind of link it more directly into the main Lord of the Rings trilogy. I'm wondering if the same applies here with Harry Potter, where they were going to make, like, this fun little offshoot, you know, Fantastic Beasts, Where to Find Them, Newt Scamander with his monsters, trying to get them all back in the case. And then they went, hang on, no, because we want to, like, directly tie this back into Harry Potter, and we want to, like, make it a prequel and everything like that. We need to show young Dumbledore, Nicholas Flamel. We need to show Grindelwald because, you know, he got a cameo in Deathly Hallows Part 1. I'm wondering if that was the thought process, or maybe it was Warner Brothers. Maybe they demanded a new franchise. Like, true, they've got the whole DC universe going on, but why stop with one cinematic universe when you can have another one, which I'm guessing is called the Wizarding World now. I don't know if that's going to be a new thing where, you know, after all these Fantastic Beasts movies are said and done, maybe we're going to get Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, because it will work like 19 years later with the actual original cast. Maybe they're going to do that. Maybe they'll do Quidditch Through the Ages. Maybe they'll do the Tales of Beedle the Bard. It seems like the possibilities are quite literally endless with these Harry Potter movies at this point. I'm definitely liking the look of this more. I'm still have my reservations towards the characters. I never really connected with Newt Scamander's character, and that's kind of stems from my, I won't say hatred, because that will make me sound like a very, very horrible person, but I don't really connect with any of Eddie Redmayne's performances. Maybe besides The Theory of Everything, I did think he was very good in that role. But everything else I've seen him in, he's always kind of the same and he's a bit of a wet blanket, and that kind of translates right into the character of Newt Scamander for me. I don't find him charming, I don't find him funny or anything like that. So maybe I'll prefer this movie, because this movie looks like it's definitely pushing all of that, you know, the Hogwarts stuff and building up Grindelwald's rise to power and everything like that, seeing Dumbledore again. I don't know if that's sort of trying to appease the fans and might be a bit pandering to Harry Potter fans, in that I don't know whether it's the case of, and someone could correct me, like, again in the comments, if this isn't what you think it is if you're a Harry Potter fan, but to me it's that you could have had this Fantastic Beasts franchise set apart from Harry Potter, make it its own thing, but going back to Hogwarts, going to Dumbledore, going to very familiar stuff that we've seen, it feels like it's kind of cheapening the identity of Fantastic Beasts as its own thing. Do you know what I mean by that? I don't know if I'm being very clear with the explanation. It feels like they're kind of showing all this iconography and things that we remember from Harry Potter, because Harry Potter was great and everyone's seen Harry Potter, but it's kind of taking away from Fantastic Beasts being its own entity, is I guess what I'm trying to say. I could be wrong though. It definitely looks like it's more action-packed. It definitely looks like there's more stuff going on, which, you know, I think I'll connect more with. As I said, the first one felt very much a slog. It felt like a movie with not much to say, not much of a story to tell, and I was very bored with that first movie, but it looks like there's more stuff going on with this. And I've said this as well on, like, some of my other videos on the channel, that maybe when all these movies are said and done, or maybe even when just this movie comes out, when I watch the first one back to back with all the other ones, and I can see where the story's going, and I can view all 5 movies as this big one continuous story, maybe then I'll connect more with the first one, knowing where it goes, knowing where the characters are, and then going back to that first one where everything started, kind of the inception of everything. Maybe I'll like the first movie then. But as I said, I'm definitely going to rewatch the first movie before seeing this one, just to purely refresh my mind. I have a few reservations on some of the performances though. I was really excited when Jude Law was cast as a young Dumbledore, and even like visually now with the beard, he kind of does look a little bit like a young Richard Harris, a little bit. But his performance doesn't scream Dumbledore to me, and I think I said that in the previous trailer that came out. It's kind of Jude Law playing Jude Law as the character of Dumbledore. And I wanted to see a bit more of that, you know, a little bit more of that Richard Harris performance maybe coming through, or even a bit of Gambon, like either one would have been great. And Johnny Depp as Grindelwald looks great. As I said, looks very kooky. It's kind of in keeping with the roles that Johnny Depp tends to go for now, those sort of Tim Burton-esque, wacky, clowny, colourful characters. But again, his performance is just Johnny Depp. I wanted more of a character. When I look at Grindelwald, I don't see Grindelwald, I see Johnny Depp. The voice is Johnny Depp and everything about it. I was, as I said, like in my reaction, I was hoping for a European accent. I was hoping for a little bit of an edge. So I don't know how well his performance is going to go over as our main villain that's going to continue into the next however many films they have. I think ultimately it's going to lead up to that big duel between Dumbledore and Grindelwald. I don't think that will happen in this movie. I think that will either be movie 3 or maybe even movie 5 if they're going to end it on a big finale. I don't really know what else I can say at this point. I think I've said everything. Visually it looks great. It looks like there's more going on. I'll wait for a trailer 3. If a trailer 3 comes out, I'm sure it will, because they'll definitely be pushing this towards the latter part of the year. I think we might probably get another trailer around September time, maybe going into October. But yeah, that'll do it for my reaction to Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald, which might be one of the most clunkiest film titles since The Desolation of Smaug I've ever seen. Official trailer 2. Be sure to comment, subscribe, let me know what you thought of this trailer. Please try to be very respectful in the comments. If you disagree with me, then please leave a comment. But, you know, well, you can do what you want to. You can mash the dislike button. You can leave your hate comments if you don't agree with me. That's absolutely fine. There'll be more trailer reactions coming. As I said, there's another 3 San Diego Comic-Con trailers that I'm going to record literally right after I'm done with this one. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell icon as well. We tend to bring movie reviews out and we go live for them on our live streams. And we don't particularly tend to announce when we're going live for those. So hit the bell icon. It's the best way to stay updated with all of our content. That'll do it for me right now, and until the next video, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.